Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. Today I have the video that everybody's been requesting about Steven, the DJ Twitch boss. He was the man that supposedly committed suicide, the famous man that was on the Ellen show. So this is going to be final thoughts and feelings because we already know what really happened, which was he committed suicide, but we don't know what was in his mind. So here you have the truth. Y'all don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell to be reminded when I upload another video. Also, don't forget to check on the link for my magic cup. If you don't know what it is, click on the link that says buy my cup, and it'll take you straight to it. And this cup, it has helps you with influencing on good money, love, good luck and money, love and health. All right. And then don't forget to watch me on TikTok at Magic Tarot Cards. And Facebook, Magic Tarot Cards 2022. And then my brother's link is down below. Please subscribe to his page because he's an artist and he's got a lot of cool videos. All right, y'all. I am in a music video with the famous artist T-Boney. It'll be linked down below as well, so you can, if you want to, you can watch that as well. I'll be appearing in another one of her videos pretty soon, and I'll link that one as well. All right, let's get started with the reading. If you want a personal reading, contact me with the email down below, and I'll get back at you. Don't forget to read everything in the disclaimer box because we are talking about a third person here. Another person, should I say. All right. So, I asked final thoughts and feelings, what was in his mind? What was the thought that he had that pushed him over to the point of doing this? What was going on in his mind? What type of depression did he have? You know, what was it that made him want to do this to himself? Because everybody says, okay, yeah, he had a great family, he had a great life, you know, a beautiful wife, children. But, you know, that goes to show you that just because you have all those things doesn't mean that you're completely happy. Okay, so for the first one, I'm seeing the Temperance. Okay, and forgive my nails, y'all, because I haven't done them. I'm going to try to hide them. Okay? But the first one we have the Temperance. The Temperance is when there's no balance. See, in the upright, you have balance here. You have the angel putting one leg in the water and one on land, which represents balance. All right? There's a life force back and forth flowing from cup to cup. In the background, there's a road leading to the light. So when you find that balance, you move towards the light in your life or in any situation that you might be in. But in the reverse represents no balance. So I'm seeing in his mind, not in his life like with wife or kids or job or anything like that, because he had all that. Okay, he had all that. But I'm seeing in his mind there wasn't no balance. This to me represents some type of chemical imbalance, okay? Some people are born that way and they don't even know it. But I'm feeling that he suffered from some type of chemical imbalance which made him depressed. I have a cousin that's that way, actually. It has to do with the thyroid gland, the pituitary gland. And there's something wrong with it which causes major depression. All right. And I'm seeing something like this for this man. Something that caused him to be depressed all the time. And I also see that the wife knew about this. I feel like she knew, you know, that he had some type of depression problem that I feel like, I'm not going to say secretly, but I'm just going to say this was within their family, that he had seen a counselor or, you know, someone to talk about these problems, you know, not just talk about it to his wife, but talk about these problems to other people. Okay. Yeah, so I'm seeing that it wasn't just depression because, oh, he's sad about this or sad about that. I'm seeing that it was some type of chemical imbalance in his brain that kept him from, you know, moving ahead, thinking, oh, okay, I'm okay. You know, made him depressed. Okay, it has to do. I'm seeing it has to do with the pituitary gland. I keep getting that in my mind. All right. So now we're seeing the. Let's see if I can focus here. This is I'm sorry, I'm in the car and it's dark in here. This is the 8 of 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry. It's late. It's midnight here, after midnight. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This represents all his achievements. You see how the man is working very, very hard. Blue represents passion, so he's wearing blue. So, I mean, red represents passion. He's wearing red, so he's very passionate about his work. And then the blue is deep thought. So this man is in deep thought of what he's working on. If you notice in the background, there's his nice home back there, but he's off over here in the distance working on what he has to do. And then all these pentacles that are stacked up here represents his achievements that he's got proudly up there where people can see. Okay. But I am seeing he's working one, and then there's one down here at the very bottom, meaning he still had a lot more to do. There's still a lot he wanted to accomplish, a lot of more work he wanted to do. But, again, he wasn't moving that way. Sorry, I just came from a club, and I was dancing with my friends. I still got the tag on my arm. And I thought, okay, when I get in the car, I got to do the reading because I haven't done it. But anyway, I went to a birthday celebration at a club. It's called Heroes Lounge, and that's where I was at. So, he tried to get to this point, try to finish and, move forward. There's a pentacle over here as well. But his self-imprisonment didn't allow him to. Again, this is the card of fear, fear, fear. Jail. This is a jail card. It doesn't necessarily have to mean you're going to jail, but it does mean self-imprisonment in the mind. See, this person is blindfolded. Their hands are tied behind their back, and they're in the water. They can't move. Muddy, murky water. They can't move forward. So I'm seeing, again, he was imprisoned with his own thoughts in his mind. Now, this isn't something that he shared all the time. I feel like he's been like this for a very long time, even as a child. Because he suffered from this chemical imbalance in the brain that he had, this pituitary gland. I keep hearing that. Something to do with that gland or something like that that caused him much depression. Again, it reminds me of my cousin. I have a cousin this way that something's wrong with his thyroid and his pituitary gland. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. That causes him deep, deep depression that he just can't get out of. So he's always seeing doctors, taking medication and stuff like that for it, because he's just imprisoned with his own sadness that comes from those glands that aren't right, making him depressed, producing this chemical imbalance. And this is what I see for this man, Stephen Boss, that he suffered from this illness. It's an actual illness, y'all, that causes depression. This is what went on inside of his mind, and he's been like that since childhood. See, I'm also seeing, this is the card of gossip. This is the Nine of Wands, and this comes up when your kind of life has beat you down, due to a lot of gossip, people against you, talking about you, or things like that. You see the man is bandaged on his head, meaning he's been in a fight. Well, this represents life. Life has beat him up. He's still able to stand here and defend himself. I see a lot of gossip coming with this card as well, but it's in the reverse for him. Why? Because this means that he couldn't take all that anymore, meaning he couldn't take life anymore. He couldn't take what came with it. I feel like a lot of things bothered him that don't bother the normal person. Like comments in the comment sections that people would say, remarks that people would say. I feel like all that bothered him more than it would the average person. I get a lot of bad comments, but I don't let them bother me. Sometimes, they do, but I usually tell the person off and then I block them. So, but I do feel like with him, with the disease he had in his mind, the depression he had, I feel like things in his head would blow up large, and to where, things that people would say that were negative, or events, a lot of events that would happen in the world, like, the killings of his own people, or what I mean by that is the killings of black people, okay? And just different events. I think they would bother him more. They were large in his brain. And it would cause much depression. So he couldn't move forward because all this stuff bothered him. It was all accumulating in his mind. It wasn't one thing or the other. It was everything. Everything caused him more depression, sadness, and he couldn't fight it off. He wasn't good with people talking bad about him. You know, when you're a celebrity, because there's always going to be somebody that's got to be negative. Okay, he didn't take that well. Okay, that didn't go off well with him when people would talk about him, or he would find out something was said negative in a comment or something like that. You know, it would go large in his head. Now, I don't really want to say the word schizophrenia, but I'm seeing tendencies of it. Okay, I'm not going to say that he is, but I'm not going to say that he isn't. All right. Now, next we have I'm sorry, my nose is running. It's cold in here. I have the Two of Wands here. It's in the reverse, but in the upright, this represents waiting for help. Okay, so this man he's got the world in his hands, so he's doing pretty good, you know. He's got the world, that his life is great, and this is his work that he's put in. And here's a wand behind him waiting for the help to come in, okay? So I'm seeing that he wanted help with his problem. He sought help for his problem, but the help did not come. It's in the reverse. It did not. It was in stagnation. Not that people didn't want to help him. It's more that the help he was getting didn't help him, or he felt that way. I do believe in what I'm seeing is that he did see counselor, maybe a doctor, or something about his depression, and it wasn't publicized or nothing because all this was private. You know, only his wife actually knew. All right. So I saw a video clip of him. They said he went to a motel and then killed himself there. He didn't take his own car. I don't know if he took an Uber or whatever. But when the wife discovered that he was gone and didn't take his own car, she immediately called the police. Okay, so why would she immediately call the police? See, this is why I'm telling you. The wife knew that he had these problems, and she knew that he might hurt himself. That's why she immediately called the police. I mean, you can put two and two together real easy here. Okay. So it's not like an average man, oh, he left his car at home, went for a walk, or took an Uber here because he didn't want to drive. It didn't go down that way. She immediately called the police when she knew he left his car behind, because she knew that he was in trouble mentally, okay, that he needed some type of help. Maybe he already had said to some degree, you know, oh, my life is over, I need to end it, or something like that, all right, to where it made her worry, all right. So he was a man that really cared about his family. This is the King of Pentacles. If you ever want to have a husband or a boyfriend, you want to make sure he carries the King of Pentacles card, because this is a family man. This is a man that loves to be married. He loves to take charge. He loves to support his family. This is a man that has money. He's wealthy. He's worked for his own money. He's wealthy. And he has his own kingdom here. Back in the background, you see the kingdom. His life is or was very fruitful, meaning he had everything he wanted. But he didn't have the peace of mind that he so much sought for. Okay, he didn't have that peace of mind. I mean, I feel like it would come and go. But in reality, deep down, it was there. And it was something he just could not shake. He could not shake these feelings of depression. He could not shake these feelings of sadness. They overcome him. I'm hearing the word overcome. They overcome him to where he just couldn't take it no more. It was too much. It was too much for him, you know. So this is him leaving. This is him going away. This is him trying to break away from the prison this is, again, self-imprisonment. He's trying to go to the other side. Right here is lots of turbulence, his mental state. This is when you're in deep thought. Blue represents deep thought, so this is in his mind. His mind had lots of turbulence inside of it, and he was trying to get away from that. That's why he got up packed his bag and left to get to the other side. So for him, what was the other side? The other side was leaving the earth and going into the spirit world, and that's the only way he saw his way out. His last thoughts were, okay, the only way I can get out of this is to do away with myself, because this depression is going to be there for a lifetime, and he had enough of it. He couldn't see that he could go another 40 years with it, or another, because he was 40 years old, or he couldn't do another 40 years of it. It was just too much to overwhelm him, and that's when he decided to take his life. In his mind, I see that his final thoughts were, I've had a lifetime of this, and I'm only 40 years old. Can I do another 40 years with this sadness and depression that I have? It overwhelmed him. He couldn't do it. It was too much. So he got up, took this little ride, and went to the other side. And then what came after that? I got the tower, which is an unexpected event. This is something nobody was expecting to do. The lightning bolt hit. Look at that. Boom. And people fell where? They fell to their death. And this is what came the result of his final thoughts. I can't do this anymore. I can't do another 40 years of this feeling that I have. It was more of a feeling that he had. Not so much thoughts, but a feeling of straight depression, sadness. Couldn't shake. He hid it very well, and I'm not saying he was completely sad all the time. He had many, many, many happy moments. He was a very happy person on the inside, as far as like dancing, doing the show and all that. But he still hid that one feeling that was overwhelming him. It was deep inside, just deep inside his mind, deep inside it. He would push it back, push it back, push it back until he just could not push that back anymore. I've been in depressed states like that. Maybe not that much like him to where it would cause me death, but I've been times in my life where things would go wrong and I would be extremely depressed. And it's a horrible feeling to carry that around for days, and his was a lifetime. His was a lifetime. It wasn't just days or weeks. I feel like it would not really come and go, but some days it would be more than others. But I feel like it was always there. There was something that nagged him. It was a little nag that was always there. It never went away, because that gland, that pituitary gland, I think it's called, or that hormone, I think it produces a certain type of hormone or something like that. I don't know how, all that medical stuff, but I do know what I'm talking about. And that produces depression if it's not fixed, okay? I don't think anybody ever diagnosed him with this. I don't think anyone ever ran any tests for this. I feel like he just went to a doctor, oh, I'm depressed, let's talk about it, counseling. Here's a pill, take this pill, you'll feel better. But no one ever diagnosed the true of where this feeling came from. I do feel like if someone would have taken the time, diagnosed it, that they could have figured it out, because I know that they can fix that. Okay, my cousin went to the doctor and they did all that, and this was discovered of him, and they were able to give him the correct medicine and do some kind of surgery. I don't know, but he's a lot better now. But and my cousin had it since childhood as well, and there's things that would trigger him, just like I feel like on Twitch. I think things would trigger him, like I said, comments, certain events that bothered him, and it would bother him more than the average person. So this is what happened, y'all. This is the truth. This is what Spirit's given me, and this is what I see in my own mind about this person that was overwhelmed. A lot of overwhelming, very difficult feelings that he could not take another moment of. He had enough. In his mind, he said, I'm 40, I just can't do another 40 years of this, and I'm better off, gone than living like this life again. I'm living this life again. Now, did he cross over? That's another video, y'all. Because, it's been said that when you excuse me, I got the hiccups. That when you take your own life, you don't make it to heaven. Oh my goodness. I'm getting the hiccups, y'all. Sorry. But it's been said that if you take your own life, you don't make it there. So in the next video, we're going to see, did he cross over? Where is he? And what has happened to him? All right. So this is it for now. Thanks for watching, y'all. Please pray for him. Light a candle. light a white candle for him and put a glass of water next to it and pray for his soul, pray for that he leads to the light, he moves towards the light. Pray that God is forgiving, and God is forgiving. God is a very forgiving man. He's a very understanding man. Pray that God finds him and moves him towards the light. All right, for the sake of him and his family, pray for his family and everyone else. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.